The ambassador wanted me to assure you, sir, that it'll be no problem to alert the Chinese. They'll be more than gracious, especially when we tell them that you're thinking of opening an office here.
The ambassador returns to Canton. Mr. Dale, I wish you'd thank him for me. I just want to see the country as quietly as possible.
I've arranged for a guide, the best I could do on short notice, and we secured your in-China travel visa. Of course, all of your travel arrangements can be made right here at the consulate. Tickets, reservations.
I thought perhaps my guide could take care of that.
Naturally, no problem. Would you like to meet her?
Her?
She's right outside. We asked her to stop by. Would you like to come in? Mr. Allen, Rose Arrow.
How do you do?
Fine, thank you. How do you do?
Well, I'm sure you'll get along famously.
Are you, fluent in Chinese?
Not really, but I can get along. Antacid?
Yeah. Careful one. How's the pay?
Subsistence? Where are we going?
My hotel, it's right down here. Not too far.
Well, they told me that you were in the grain business and you wanted to see how they grow things here and what the country was like, so
It wouldn't be necessary. But I told them the consulate isn't really the reason why I'm here. I want to try to find my son's grave. I'd like you to help me. My son left Berkeley in '65, came to China.
You must have been pretty left-wing to come to China in the mid-'60s.
Got a job in Canton teaching English.
You didn't get along?
No, we never really approved of each other.
That's logical.
I beg your pardon?
Well, you're a very successful capitalist, and he hated capitalism. I can't believe you ordered Western food.
I don't enjoy Chinese food, Rose. My stomach rebels.
This is Minneapolis Chinese, believe me. So, what happened to your son?
I don't know. I don't know. He stopped writing in 1967.
Cultural Revolution. They put everybody in prison.
And up until '74, it wasn't possible to get into China to look for him. And my wife became ill. But I'm here now.
How is your wife?
She passed away not long ago.
I'm sorry.
What I'd like to do is make some inquiries and see if we can't find out what became of him. Take the body home, if possible.
Are you sure he's dead?
I haven't heard from him in 16 years.
Well, why don't you ask the consulate? You seem to carry a lot of weight over there. How come?
I've contributed to the president's campaigns. But this is personal. I don't want any favors. No government, no publicity. They think I'm interested in setting up a trade center. Even my own people in Minneapolis don't know all the reasons. You can understand that.
Sort of a pilgrimage? Well, I can call the government office and the university where he was teaching, and we can make appointments for tomorrow and then see what we can find out about your son.
Today,
But you only just got here. Don't you want to relax, get some sleep?
I sleep at night. It works quite well.
Now? You want me to call now?
As soon as you've finished.
No problem. Watch my duck. Køy dukken dai hok, ti hao, hego bindo, yamoge lo a.
呢度唯一嘅記錄係喺1966年春季，佢喺間大學嗰度教英文。
He says that the records show that your son taught English here at the university through the spring of 1966.
I know that.
He hasn't found anything else.
Well, he didn't just disappear.
Raising your voice in a place like this is ill-advised. Smile.
Maybe it'd be better if I waited outside.
Excellent suggestion. Cheng nei yun leung nyoge pinyaula. Yang mo no hangwo.
What did you find out?
Nothing, I'm afraid. The records during the Cultural Revolution are incomplete, to say the least. There's no trace of them.
What about the university? Maybe there's somebody there who knew him.
It's not far. Don't you ever slow down?
Look, Rose, let's get something straight. I'm not here as a tourist. I just want to get this over as soon as possible and fly home.
You know, somehow you've made that very clear.
How well did you know my son, Professor?
Well, he was a very brilliant young man, full of ideals and principles. Mark Twain, F. Scott Fitzgerald, he introduced them to me.
When was the last time you saw Daniel?
I was arrested during the Cultural Revolution. Many of us in the faculty were arrested and tortured for teaching Western culture. However, I always have believed that your son never was.
What happened to him?
Oh, he may have escaped. I don't know.
Escaped where?
Hong Kong.
Professor, that was 16 years ago. If my son had escaped, I would have heard from him.
He may be dead. Many people die trying to escape. No one knows what happened to them.
Thank you for your trouble.
不要客气，再见。
Is there anyone who might know something else, Professor? Someone who he's close to? Another teacher? Anyone?
I can't think of anyone now. They're all gone. Wait. I remember there was a young lady, a former student of romance, I believe.
Do you remember her name?
From a wealthy family, Li. Yes, the father's name was Li Chong, unique man. Li Ling was her name.
Are they in Canton?
No, Hong Kong.
He tried to escape the Red Guard and was killed somewhere. We will never know.
Or he made it out. People did.
No, we would have heard. What do you know about Hong Kong, Rose?
You can never know too much about Hong Kong, Mr. Allen. I've been there. There's a jet foil. It takes about an hour.
We'll arrange for a hotel and car from here. You think you can stand one more day with me?
Can I get a good meal and a night's sleep first?
Yes, sure.
Then I can stand almost anything.
Go to the consulate. I'll wait for you in the car.
How come? Wait a minute, don't tell me. If I go, it's a couple of questions. If you go, it's a cocktail party. You hate cocktail parties, right?
Right.
No, I'm sorry, Miss Sarah. We have no record of your cousin ever being in Hong Kong. At least not in the last 16 years. There's nothing under Daniel Allen, dead or alive.
Suppose he came in from China and entered illegally.
Well, if he did, he would have had to renew his passport here. Unless, of course, he chose to stay in Hong Kong without papers, which really wouldn't make sense, would it? Where are you staying?
Peninsula Hotel. Why?
Just in case something comes up.
If there's no trace of him after 16 years, what's going to come up?
Drinks? Dinner?
No, thank you.
It's a hot town.
Not that hot.
Nothing. No record of him at all. But if he came in illegally, the consulate wouldn't necessarily know he was here.
Nobody else would either.
Li Ling might, or her father.
What did you find out about them?
Just a number in the phone book and an address.
Miss Lee, Cheng Man Chin Sui Wan sa ayat o ay bindoa.
Miss Lee, I think she's expecting us.
係啊，請入去坐。唔該。
When I heard his name, it brought back such memories. We were very good friends.
When was the last time you saw him, Miss Lee?
1968, I believe so.
Where was that?
At the Regent. The Regent Hospital. If I had known where to write to you, I would have. But I have no information.
Why was he in the hospital?
That's where he died. Didn't you know that, Mr. Allen?
I do now, Miss Lee. Thank you. How did it happen?
His wounds were quite bad from the Red Guards near the border. I visited him every day. He was unconscious for some time. I'm very sorry, Mr. Allen, to tell you this.
It was kind of you to see us.
Could you tell us where he's buried, Miss Lee?
I don't recall. I'm sorry. Perhaps the hospital would know.
Well, we almost made it. Well, that clarifies that.
She bothered me. Are we going to the hospital?
Yeah. Do, people with money bother you in general?
Yes. She bothered me specifically. I think she was lying about something. I'm just not sure what.
Regent Hospital.
If you visited somebody every day in the hospital, if you had that sort of relationship, wouldn't you remember where he was buried?
Those are painful memories, Rose. People try to forget.
Yes, but can you forget?
There is nothing here for January, February, March, April, or May of 1968 about your son, Mr. Allen.
What about June, July, August, September, October, November, and December?
Perhaps you would like to review the year yourself.
Certainly.
No, just a moment. Here it is. June 2nd. Daniel Allen, 10:14 a.m.
Where was he buried? Was he buried?
Unlocked. This is a private cemetery.
Where is that, sister?
I will write the address for you.
Why was he buried there? Who chose it?
Those must have been our instructions. I'm sorry. I must return to my duties.
Instructions from whom?
I have no idea. Whoever paid his bills, I suppose. We don't keep those records more than 5 years. Good day.
I take you to lunch? Looks like the last leg of our trip.
It's very humane.
Someplace on the way, unique?
Mr. Allen, she was lying.
Sister? I couldn't tell what she was thinking.
No, Li Ling. Your son didn't have money, did he?
Huh. He resented money.
Then who paid for this? You know how much private hospitals cost. If she picked up the tab, then she chose the cemetery. How could she have forgotten that?
What difference does it make now? We'll go there after lunch and find the grave. You read detective stories, Rose?
All the time.
Got your antacid?
Oh, yeah. What's the food like? Is it spicy?
Well, it's not roast beef, Mr. Allen. You're gonna have to risk it. You know, for someone in the grain business, you really ought to get more involved with rice.
Burton Allen! I don't believe it! Oh, we wondered where you went so quickly. We kept trying to reach you, but they kept saying you were unavailable. Imagine meeting you on a floating diner.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maggie Clay Rosero, my guy.
Oh, very pleased to meet you. How do you
Son
do?
of a gun. How are you, Bert? They didn't tell me you were here. Hey, we tried to get a hold of you after the funeral, but we couldn't get through. Everyone was so hush-hush. We wanted to take you out and make sure you...
Listen, Milt, this is Rosero, Bert's, guide.
Bert's guide?
How do you do? Nice to meet you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. But you're not on a tour, Bert? Well, the tour is great, if you like tours. Ours is terrific. But, of course, you've got your own guide, and
Milt,
so...
why don't you shut up and pull over another chair?
Right. Is that okay, Bert, if you join us?
Oh, certainly. Milt's one of our company attorneys. We only live about a mile from each other.
Hey, that's terrific. I was just telling Mr. Allen how much fun a really great tour could be. A lot of laughs. Will you excuse me a minute, please?
Nice kid.
Yes, I hired her through the consulate. Very knowledgeable.
Oh, listen, Bert, your business is your business.
Maggie, she's my guy.
Oh, I don't doubt that for a moment, Bert.
God knows if anyone's entitled to some privacy, after all you've been through.
You don't believe me, do you?
Try the pigeon soup. It's brilliant.
Did I hear them say they're staying at our hotel?
Yeah. I haven't mentioned my son. I didn't want to bring it up right now. They think we're having an affair.
What else would they think?
My wife's been dead for less than 2 months, Rose.
Well, how long can you be in mourning?
What in the world do you know about it?
Well, obviously a whole lot more than you suppose I do, unless you've cornered the market.
I was married for 32 years. You don't just shrug that off.
I just don't believe in mourning. The way I look at it, if you go on mourning, you might as well be dead. That too outspoken for you?
We agree on very little. You know that, Rose?
I think that's healthy.
Where does it say his name?
Excuse me. It's here. It's in Chinese.
Tell him I'd like to make arrangements to take the body home with me.
Alan Xinzang, Wu Yongpai, go to Sitai, Fan Pukegala.
这是不可能的，违反佛教教规的。
What's he saying?
It's impossible. It's a violation.
Well, what about a stone with his name on it? If I gave him the money, could he handle that?
Alan Xinzang, Song Choichin, Yan Wat Phai, Sekpe Sungmin, Hak Yu, Koi Gojai, Gaming, Dak Dak.
那么我想想办法吧。
He
said he'd been there for 25 years and he couldn't remember who had your son buried. How many Americans do you think are in there?
He's not a young man. All old people forget things. What's bothering you?
I don't know. He didn't look at that book once. He took us right to the spot. Either he has a terrific memory, which you say he doesn't, or your son's had lots of visitors, which seems unlikely, or he was waiting for us.
I appreciate your concern, Rose, but I found my son's grave. It's been a long, long time of waiting. Now it's over.
Mr. Allen, aside from everything else, that little blue car has been following us since we left the hospital.
What about that little blue car in front of us and the little blue car passing us?
Are you going back to the States tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think you're making a mistake.
What sort of mistake?
It's all too easy, Mr. Allen. That woman, the hospital, the monk. I don't buy it. I think you should have that grave dug up and the body exhumed.
I think you've been wasting your time with too many whodunits, young lady.
Don't young lady me, okay? Just don't try to categorize me. Deal with me as a person, not a commodity on the grain market.
I have no idea how to deal with you.
Good, terrific. Why don't you just work at it? You like people who work at things, don't you? And you have a whole lot of potential. I spotted that right away.
Look, if you want to stay in Hong Kong for a couple of days, sniff around, do some shopping, it's on me.
Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? You think I'm looking for more money?
The job is over, Rose. I found what I was looking for, remember? Now you go back to China, I go back to Minneapolis, we wave goodbye.
No. Suppose I'm not ready to wave goodbye. Don't you have any doubts at all about your son?
I've always had doubts about my son. But not about his being dead or buried. I'm having dinner with my friends tonight. You're welcome to join us if you wish.
No, thank you.
Bud Thompson just bought a $600 suit for $550. Made his whole trip.
Oh.
What do you do?
Dental floss. He makes the little containers. He's worth a fortune.
Bert, I'm sorry Rose couldn't make it. She seemed quite attractive, a lovely person.
Yeah, she's great with the language.
But in any case, we're going to have a ball. I predict an absolutely super rest of the vacation.
How about the racetrack tomorrow, Bert? It's supposed to be a gorgeous spot. What do you say?
I think I'd love it.
Great, that's terrific.
Listen, Bert, did you know that there's a street in Hong Kong where all they do is sell jade? I mean, nothing but jade. I can't stand it. All jade.
Nothing but jade.
You can't stand it. Come on, you got so much jade
Oh,
now.
no. I need one, Milt, I need one or two more things.
Well,
Bert, tell him.
just-
Tell him just one or two more little things.
Oh, okay, just one little one to take home for Faye. Okay?
No, she checked out, Miss Allen, about an hour.
Can you translate that for me?
Well, it's an address, 39 Care Street, first floor.
That's all?
Your boy or your son?
One more question. When is the next jet for our leave for Canton?
China bound number 7 leaves in about 15 minutes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Miss Madden.
Cat Street. Wait here for me, please. This was on my pillow. Rose, I need your help.
Almost everyone speaks English in Hong Kong, Mr. Allen. Haven't you noticed? You don't need me.
I've noticed I do.
I should have told you that in Canton, but I wanted to come along for the ride.
Please stay with me.
Would you call this an irresistible offer?
Yes, I would. I don't want you to go.
I'm a very suspicious person. I read mysteries, remember?
I take that into account.
Mm-hmm.
Care for an antacid?
What happened to your poor jacket?
I had a little altercation with the garbage pail.
And the garbage pail one?
That's right. The garbage pail one. Thank you. Speak Chinese very softly and gently.
Nyo hai mikwok yan nyo soyu bangjo. Do you speak English?
Yes. What do you want?
We're looking for Daniel Allen. Is he here?
No.
Do you know him? Does he live here?
No.
This man is his father. He's come to see him. We were given this address.
Is he alive?
No. I don't know him. Get out.
Please, if you know him, tell him his father is here. I only want to help him. I'm at the Peninsula Hotel. I'll do anything I can. Is he alive?
Get out. Get out.
Morning, Sergeant. Well, how do you do, Mr. Allen?
How do you do?
Miss?
Miss Arrow, my guide.
The guide. I'm Superintendent George. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
You're looking for your son, Mr. Allen. How long have you been looking for him?
We started in China a few days ago, Superintendent.
And how long has he been missing?
16 years.
A sudden impulse.
We thought he was dead.
Yes, and you located his grave at the Anluk Cemetery. Why exactly are you here?
This was left on my bed in the hotel. We went there twice, but we couldn't find it. We believe we're being followed. My chauffeur has apparently disappeared.
I understand you visited the Lee family. How did you hear of them? In what connection?
My son taught in Canton. A professor told us that he'd been friendly with a woman here named Li Ling, so we came to see her. She was very gracious.
What did she tell you?
That he was dead. But the sergeant said there were no records and no indication that he'd ever been in Hong Kong.
No, none whatsoever. Well, we'll check this address out, but whoever was there is gone by now. People do get followed in Hong Kong, and people do disappear, just like any other big city. So stick to the main avenues at night. If I can be of any help, please call me. Anytime, day or night.
Thank you.
Don't you ever sleep?
Oh, yes. But only in emergencies, Miss Arrow. Oh, do you by any chance have a photograph of your son, Mr. Allen?
Yes, this was taken in '64.
May I keep this?
Yes, I brought another.
Thank you. Mr. Allen, Miss Arrow, best of luck in your search.
Is that very naive of me?
The only thing he seemed interested in was the Lee family. I wonder why.
I was thinking, Rose, if Leland went to the hospital every day, she must have been there when Danny died. Don't you think so? Shortly afterward?
Let me see his card. He's in the Police Triad Bureau. He's a very special cop, Superintendent George.
What is that?
Triad? They cut people's throats. It's like the mafia, only worse. The police have a whole department just for them. Maybe we're not the only ones looking for your son.
Let's call Li Ling again. What do you say?
I like the way you're thinking, Mr. Allen.
唔係啊，中環嗰間威靈頓街，唔好遲啊，6點鐘。
She'll meet us tomorrow morning in a tea house, 6 a.m.
6 in the morning in a tea house?
Yeah.
I think we've been stood up.
What do they do with these birds?
Pets?
I don't understand the attraction. 6 in the morning, they all come here and look at birds.
You would if you were Chinese. How much longer should we wait for her?
Let's go.
Please, please. 我呢隻雀全香港唱最好㗎，你有冇玩雀呢？
He wants to know if you know birds.
No, not a lot.
聽下，你睇下呢個鳥好靚㗎。
That's great. It's just great.
佢用唱嘅話。
He says that the bird is just warming up. Wait till you hear his song.
Let's go, Rose.
你個仔未死話，你要幫襯佢啊！而家好危險㗎，啲警察追佢啊，你要幫手啊！你聽見嘛？
He says your son is alive. The police are after him. He needs your help.
Where is he? Ask him.
Nay, Jimji, Kui Hai Bindoa.
We must find him before the police. I consider it my duty and honor to help him. Call me, please.
Where is he? Where do I look? Why are the police after him? Hey, wait a minute. Doesn't tell us who he is. He doesn't tell us why he wants to help us. All he does is play with his damn yellow warbler.
Finch. Did you see his eyes? I got the chills every time he looked at me. Who the hell was he, anyway?
If Daniel's alive, why would anyone go to all the trouble to falsify hospital records, pay off monks, dig phony graves? Why all the secrecy?
Because he's more valuable that way?
More valuable to whom? If he's alive, then he's in trouble. But I don't know who to listen to him.
That's easy. Nobody. Not in this city.
The woman says he's dead. The old man tells us he's alive. The police never heard of him, and yet he's being hunted by the police. Rose, maybe you should go back to the department alone. I'll bet George never checked it out. If you went back without me, I think the woman would talk to you. What is it?
I get the feeling we're being followed everywhere, all over the place.
By whom?
Everybody. I feel them crawling up my neck. Him, her, them, everybody. Just gives me the creeps.
But you liked intrigue.
In books.
You want to go back to China? This isn't your problem.
I'm sticking this out. I just want to know why we're being lied to. I want to know why the police are playing dumb. Who's this Superintendent George anyway? We go there to get some help, and the next thing we know, we're talking to the head of the Triad Bureau. How come? Where are you going?
He said to call him anytime, didn't he?
But it's 6:30 in the morning.
Well, it sounds like any time to me.
先生有人嚟探你。
Thank you. Good morning, Superintendent.
Oh, Mr. Allen. Good of you to see me.
I can wait until you're finished if you like.
No. It's perfectly all right. You go ahead. I come here first thing every morning. I have a pinched nerve. Devilishly clever with these needles. Amazing results. Well, something's come up, I take it?
Yes, I'd like to know why you lied to me and who's following us.
I did. I lied to you.
You said you never heard of my son. There was no trace of him in Hong Kong.
That's quite true.
Then why is he being hunted by the police? Something you know nothing about, I suppose.
Ah, you've been chatting with someone, Mr. Allen. We are looking for a man, probably American, who entered illegally from China some time ago. He's quite elusive. Our descriptions of him are rather hazy. He might be crippled.
I'm sure your son had 2 healthy arms when you last saw him.
Yes, you see, it's probably not your son we're after at all. But I'm not certain of that, and this chap is a very bad sort. So we are considering every possibility.
My son was not a bad sort, Superintendent. He was a young man of intelligence and integrity. And if he is alive, he's in trouble and he needs help.
Yes, I'm sure he does. I suppose Mr. Lee told you we wanted to kill him. Chap with the birds.
Mr. Lee, if that was him, wants to help my son, Superintendent, not arrest him.
He's a lovely fellow, Mr. Lee. He's the boss man of the N-17. It's a triad who specialize exclusively in child prostitution, gun smuggling, and opium, which, in case you're unaware, becomes heroin. It's very popular in America.
Ah. Well, it's worth waking up at dawn for that, Mr. Allen.
What's all this got to do with my son?
Oh, perhaps nothing. But let me be quite frank with you, Mr. Allen. The man we are looking for runs the underground opium factories of Mr. Lee, which refine opium into heroin for export.
That's not my son.
I hope not.
Sure I can't give you a ride, Mr. Allen?
Superintendent, if the man you're after and Mr. Lee work together, why would Mr. Lee be looking for him?
Unfortunately, in Hong Kong, things are not always what they appear to be. Oh, I have a question for you, sir. If your son is alive, why haven't you heard from him so long? Must be a reason, mustn't there? Bye, Mr. Allen.
Miss Arrow! Doug Kornfeld, U.S. Consul.
Oh, right.
You know, I've left several messages for you at your hotel. What are you doing here?
My shrink. He keeps a low profile. So, how's the consulate?
It's fine.
How about lunch?
Well, you know, that's exactly where I'm heading.
Great, I'm starved. How about Chinese food? Doesn't that sound terrific?
You know, I was under the impression that you didn't want to have anything to do with me.
No kidding. I said I was sorry. I lost track of the time.
Lost track. We were supposed to meet here 4 hours ago. You didn't even bother to call. I've been imagining all sorts of things. They think I'm crazy down at the front desk. Who is this guy?
From the consulate, I told you. I was being followed. He came along and we had lunch.
You gonna see him again?
I don't know. He invited me to dinner tonight. No, I don't have to see him again.
Of course, you're free to see whomever you wish. Just let me know where you are, that's all.
Okay, I didn't think it was such a big deal.
Obviously not. Why the hell do you think I've been chewing the curtains all afternoon? People getting murdered, disappearing, pointing guns at us, and you don't think it's a big deal.
I figured you probably forgot about me.
Forgot about you? How am I gonna forget about you? I don't know where the hell I am around here without you. You think I got you off that ferry in order to forget about you? My problem is I can't think of anyone else.
You can't? You really were worried about me?
No, of course not. Only every minute since you left me, that's all. I never should have left you go back to that apartment alone. Why in the world didn't you call me?
Well, maybe I wanted to find out whether you'd be upset or just angry.
Did you find out? Yes, that's right.
阿倫先生嘅衫。
唔該。
Just a moment. Give me a moment. All right, go ahead. A woman. She said to go to the Fishball, 19 Ferry Street.
That's all she said? The fishball?
Yeah, tonight alone. What the hell is going on, Rose?
I have no idea. It's not like Minneapolis at all, is it?
No, not at all.
Hello. $10 US. 50 minutes. Thank you. Please come in.
have a message for me?
Stay。唔該，你行開，我想你哋俾我同佢講。
Who are you?
Ho Chin, I live with Daniel. Listen, he will meet with you tomorrow. 5 minutes, if you agree to his instructions.
Go on.
The main temple in Wanchai. They are fortune tellers. The one with a rose. Sit down and do not move. 9 a.m. Leave when he tells you.
What's wrong with him? What can I do?
Nothing. He's sick. He will get better. Leave now. I can't be seen with you. But go.
See that he gets this money, will you please?
Wait. The men's room. There's a window. Go, please.
Take this.
Running out of clothes, you know that?
Yeah.
Must have been some nightclub. Stay still. I'll just clean this up. Maybe you ought to see a doctor.
She said Danny was sick, Rose.
It could mean almost anything. This doesn't really look too bad. I've got a couple of bandages in my room.
You wouldn't have believed it, to have to work in a place like that. We didn't always agree on everything, but I took pride in his convictions. He had character.
Even people with character have hard times. So do their girlfriends.
Whatever this is, it's a lot worse than hard times.
I'll go get those bandages.
Thank you.
Listen, if you don't mind, I'd like to sleep here tonight. I'm a little jumpy. Over there, do you mind?
What do you think's happened to him, Rose? Can you guess?
I'll be right back. I was angry at my father my whole life because I thought he didn't care about me. Later, I figured, well, maybe he did care, but he sure as hell didn't know how to show it. By the time he realized it, it was too late.
Came here right after he died?
No, not quite. I got married first. I squeezed that in. You see, I have very bad luck with men. They keep dying on me.
God, I had no idea.
A shrink once told me that I had such a thing about my father that I'd better watch out about falling for older men. So I married a kid. I had no business getting married. didn't give him a chance. I walked out. And about a month later, one night, he went to a bar, and he got drunk, and like a kid, he tried to drive himself home. Then I came to China. You know, you're the first person I've told that to since I came here. I think maybe I've been punishing myself. What do you think?
I think you ran away from home.
Me? It does sound like that, doesn't it?
And I think you're a remarkable young woman.
You do? No kidding?
No kidding.
Remarkable good or remarkable strange?
Remarkable good.
That's really nice. Well, you're a pretty remarkable older man.
Thank you.
Do you think we're going to have an affair?
Do you?
Haven't you even thought about it?
It's crossed my mind, yes. Actually, I think we'd be better off as friends.
Well, I guess that settles it. Have you ever had an affair? I'm sorry, you don't have to answer that.
No, I never had.
Well, let me know if you have second thoughts.
I certainly will.
睇相，你嘅獎我睇睇，獎可以，脾氣唔得，你嘅人啊暴躁硬頸。
Just listen.
Daniel?
Don't move. They're using you, Dad. You're the bait to catch me.
Why? What's happened to you? What can I do?
Nothing. If you want to help me, stop looking for me. Stop looking and go home.
I can't stop. Who's after you? Tell me why.
The police, Lee Chong. Dad, I'll be okay soon. I'll be in touch, I promise. Please, please, go home.
Danny, your mother's dead. She kept waiting for you.
Damn the gun!
Did you see your son, Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Who hit you?
Someone was chasing him. Let me have a glass of water, please, Rose. I sort of knocked him down, and Danny got away.
The gloves appear to be off.
You really knocked him down?
You got in their way, Mr. Allen. The drinks on the terrace, the meetings in tea rooms. It's all over. They'll kill you now if they have to.
What about you, Superintendent? Would you kill me to get to my son?
No.
It's very reassuring.
But I strongly suggest you stop avoiding us, Mr. Allen.
So you can get your hands on him? The hell makes you think I'd give my son to you?
Because we both want him alive, and they don't.
Rose, what do you think of the superintendent's sincerity?
I doubt the superintendent's sincerity.
Yes. Unfortunately, sincerity has never been known to stop a bullet. Miss Arrow?
How are you feeling?
He had a bad arm, honey. He's the man they want, all right. How could anyone change so drastically? I've Phoned your friend at the consulate, asked him to meet us here.
Doug Kornfeld?
I thought he might be able to help us now. What is it, Rose? What's the matter?
Nothing, damn it. I was so worried about you. Have you ever made love in a hospital room?
Not that I can recall.
Hello. I'm Doug Kornfeld.
Well, it's good of you to come, Mr. Kornfeld.
Hello, Doug.
Hi, Rose.
Rose, would you get my clothes for me, please?
If you're going to get up and get out of here, you better get your own clothes.
Right.
Is there something I can get you, sir? Or?
No, thank you. I filled Mr. Kornfeld in on our situation, Rose.
Mr. Allen, if I understood you correctly on the phone, this is a very dangerous situation.
You understood me correctly.
Your son has no passport. He has no papers of any kind. Hong Kong Triad Bureau wants him for drug smuggling, and the N-17 is trying to kill him.
Is there anything you could possibly do for us, Doug?
What? What can I do? Superintendent George is a very assertive man. When he wants someone, he gets him. Unless, of course, Lee Chong gets him first. They've been playing this game for years. I mean, I wish there were something I could do, but in fact, my hands are tied.
Wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
You people still grant asylum, don't you?
Yes, but it has to be requested. We can't just kidnap people off the street.
Well, I understand that, but if we can get him to you, and I'm not at all sure that we can, will you protect him?
Well, until a legal solution is worked out for a short period of time, yes, absolutely.
You'll have a legal solution as soon as I can call Washington. Let's go.
It's terrific. It's terrific. Terrific, sir.
Don't lock the doors.
Oh, there's always someone at the United States Consulate. 24 hours a day.
I'll be back in a minute.
Thanks. What are you doing here? What do you want? Don't lie to me, Miss Lee.
Your son is in Aberdeen Harbor on the junk. The old woman who works for me is the mother of his girlfriend. My father has her now. He will get the information shortly. You must hurry. I will take you to the launch. My father could not accept that I loved your son, even though he brought me out of China. He was badly wounded at the border, his arm. My father saved his life. But his doctors, my father's doctors, addicted him to the morphine. It was very useful to have a white man working for him, especially a dead white man. Without papers, no one to trace. He worked for my father for his drugs. He owes him a great deal of money. He tried to stop the drugs before, but he could never do it until now. The girl has helped him, but it is hard to run from my father. If the police find Daniel first, my father will have great problems. He knows too many secrets. He will know where to take you.
Call the American consul to have a car meet us here, okay?
Mr. Allen, I loved him. I want you to know he was a good man.
Thank you. Some, please.
Stay there.
Please. They're coming. Lee Chong knows where he is.
Go away.
Listen to me. They have your mother. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? They have your mother. They'll be here soon. This is his only chance. Come with me.
My mother.
Yeah. Right. Come on, Daddy. Come on, son. Come on, Daddy. Come on, son. I'm gonna take you home.
Dad.
Here, put your arm on it.
Dad.
兒駛去西貢碼頭。
Waiting. We'll take him to the American consulate. We'll get a doctor. Danny, I'm gonna take you home, son. You're gonna be all right. I'm gonna take care of you. She's welcome too, both of you. As long as you want. Understand me? I'm here, son. I'm right with you.
It's all over, Sergeant. Pack up and go home. You're not going to be needed.
Couldn't have done anything more, you know that.
Wasn't enough, was it? I can't bear to think of his life over here where we had dinner parties and took vacation. My God. I never expected to find him, and when I did, I was 5 minutes too late.
You came looking for him as soon as you could. He knew you cared. You made peace together. Not every parent and child have that chance.
No more mourning.
think your wife would approve. You said that she believed in living everything to the hilt. Does that mean we can go to bed now? How's your health? I mean, your heart and everything.
My health is fine. My heart's a little beat up.
Leave that to me. I want to be with you. I want to stay with you and stay with you. Admit it, you need me desperately.
I admit it. I need you. You'll never know how much.
This evening at 8 o'clock. You got your antacid.
Yeah. Oh, see that Ho Chin gets this, please. It may help her a little. My address is in there in case she needs anything more.
Suppose I told you that I want to go back with you now, instead of waiting. That I'm tired of China and I don't want to be alone anymore. What do you suppose you'd say?
I'd say you can't.
Why not?
You tell me why not.
Because I have a contract to honor. People are counting on me. Responsibility. That's not why. I swore that I'd see it through no matter what. I made a vow to myself. I guess you are no matter what.
Well, 2 months isn't such a long time, is it?
Will it strengthen my character to stay in China?
Yours and China's both. And mine. Christmas in New York.
Christmas in New York.